Okay, welcome to another episode of Star Mountain Outdoors and Bushcraft. Today, we're going on a 5-day, 4-night backpacking trip in the Pecos wilderness. Come join us. We'll be starting here, Jack's Creek, and we'll be heading up Trail 257 to Pecos Baldy Lake, and then all the way up here to Trail 251, the Skyline Trail, to around Truchas Peaks. Truchas Lakes are right over here. And then from there, we'll decide on whether we want to go down or which way we want to go around. We might even go all the way around this way. It'd be nice to see Pecos Falls, but we'll play it by ear, see how we feel. And that's what we're going to do. Thanks for joining us. Okay, you can see Bushcraft Boy in front of me, otherwise referred to as Nathan, and we're hiking through, starting to hike through a meadow surrounded by aspen. We're about maybe, I would say about 2 miles into the hike, and things are opening up and becoming beautiful. Just look at all these flowers, all these aster. Nice. Just beautiful. And as you can see, we're coming up to the top of a ridge where we're going to get some views. Stay tuned. Alright, we made it to our first trail junction here. We're going to be going up to Jack's Creek, and we'll be coming back from Beatty's Trail. So in 5 days, we will be back at this point. And as you can see, we're in a meadow surrounded by aspen, kind of an open prairie-like hilltop here with a view. Just beautiful, and that's the Pecos River Canyon in the distance. I love it here. Okay, we're seeing a wide variety of wildflowers here. We've got the aster in front. We've got paintbrushes, the red ones, and back behind we have a bush that is called potentilla with the yellow flowers. I've also seen yarrow and penstemon, all kinds of stuff here. This is a great hike so far. Okay, now we're past the next meadow and traveling through a spectacularly beautiful stand of aspen. I love this kind of trail. This is my favorite type of forest around here. Okay, we're coming out of the stand of aspen now and heading into a big meadow that appears to be full of cows now that I'm looking, but it's really pretty up here. Okay, we decided to go off trail and cut through the trees because there's a very grumpy bull up there. You might even hear him in the background making noises while we're hiking through here. But as you can see, up there through the trees. There he is. He was kicking up dirt, mooing really loud, following females around. He's obviously in the rut or something, and the trail goes about 100 feet from him in the open meadow between his cows. I don't want to get between him and his cows, so we decided to go around that meadow and then hike up the hill towards the trail after we get past the herd. So a little bit of adventure. This doesn't happen very often. But here we go. We're hiking through the trees now. But luckily it's a flat aspen stand. It's not too hard to negotiate with a pack on. God, I just hear him constantly grunting up there. What a grumpy Gus. I told Nathan to stay close to me so that we can avoid these guys. I guess this is a pretty place to go through. Whoops. Don't want to make that much noise. He probably won't hear me. He's grunting so loud. We've got plenty of cover here. Lots of aspen trees. We've got some, looks like serviceberry. So we're in the cover. Just following the tree line. What was that?
Probably prettier.
Probably in the shade here. It was too long before. It's okay for trail, but in the brush it's kind of hard. And I can tip the camera up a little bit. There we go. Whoops. There's some cows right here. Right by me. I better be careful. I'll just go down around this other log and avoid them. God, do you hear that guy? He's ticked off at the world today. This was not a detour that I had planned. At least those other cows aren't afraid of us. They're not being spooked. But it looks like the nurse mother guarding the calves. That could be bad too. But we're not posing a threat to them, so they're leaving us alone. Okay, I think we're past the herd now. And the stand of aspen is heading up the hill a little more, so we're gonna just kind of follow it around the edge until we find the trail. There's a cow trail. Not the trail we want. Oops, watch out for cow poop. Yeah, that was a big one. Okay, this is hard to film in here right now, and we're just about past them and on to safety, so I'm going to turn the camera off and I'll join you back on the trail. Alright, welcome back folks. It's about 2:15 in the afternoon and the clouds came over and I heard some thunder. I thought it was going to rain, so we found a camp really quick and set up, and here we are. We're about 4.5 miles in, and it's been a beautiful trip so far. Can't wait to find out what tomorrow holds, and I can't wait to find out what tonight's dinner holds. Anyway, that's what's going on. I'll check back with you later. Alright folks, sorry about the gap in material, but Nathan and I were tuckered out and napping this afternoon. But anyway, here's our camp. I've got some water on for hot toddies, and looking forward to a good night's sleep. We had flatbread pizza for dinner, and tomorrow is going to be the push up to East Pecos Baldy Lake. It's sunset time.
It's sunset time.
Nice little sunset. It just keeps getting redder. Gorgeous. I think it's getting brighter. Good morning. It's morning 2, and I've got a pot of water on, boil some coffee, and it looks like it's going to be an amazing day. Stay tuned. After drinking my coffee, I decided to take a look at the moon and then check out the wildflowers around the campsite. For this morning's breakfast, we have hash browns and sausage. It's a Hungry Jack dehydrated the hash browns, potatoes or whatever. You just fill up the box with hot water, let it soak for 10 to 12 minutes, and then I added some summer sausage in there to give it some extra flavor. And that's what we're going to be eating this morning. Oh, this stuff is pretty good. Better than I thought it would be, I have to admit. I don't know why everything just tastes better in the woods, but man, it's good stuff. Okay, it's 9:52 in the morning. Here's our camp all packed up. Nathan did a remarkable job of putting out the fire, and we're back on the trail. Heading towards our destination today, which is Pecos Baldy Lake. Alright, let's go. Yay! Day 2, everybody! Woohoo! Had a fantastic morning, a wonderful fire.
3 more days. They're going by pretty quickly.
Yep. Day 1's already in the books, so to speak. We'll be back. You want to know why they call this plant fireweed? Here's the Jaroso fire. I'm not sure when it burned. It was 2 or 3 years ago, but we're going to be hiking through that now. I believe we're in about the last 2 mile stretch before Pecos Baldy Lake. Hey Nate. Red elderberry. I don't think those are edible straight, but if you boil them, you can turn them into a good jam or pie. right. My son Nathan was just talking about how sad it was to see all these dead trees. And yeah, when a forest reaches its climax and burns, it's kind of a sad event. But if you see all these plants and flowers behind me, this is where it all begins. This is called stage 1 of forest succession. And it's just the cycle of biology. The old forest burns down, the nutrients get recycled back into the soil. The first ones to take root are the invasive species that seed in to a bare mineral soil, like fireweed, like we saw. And that sets the stage for other species, the brush species, and it keeps building up a little higher, a little higher. Next will be aspen. And then once the aspen's established, the spruce will seed in underneath the aspen. And it'll eventually take over from the aspen into another climax forest. That's the cycle of life out here. And while we're here in the woods, we're part of the cycle of life here. We're using the resources here. We're using the water, the plants, the trees. And it's a cool thing to be part of a more natural ecosystem. I would say that cities are an ecosystem too. They're just a different kind of ecosystem. And so anyway, it's an interesting thing to think about. Beautiful little meadow here. The fire, when it burnt through, it came from the direction where I'm standing right now and burnt to the east, and I'm on the west side of the meadow. And as you see, the fire got stopped by the meadow because it's wet and didn't burn some of the trees on the other side. A little interesting tidbit about fire behavior here. Alright, here we are on the final approach to Pecos Baldy Lake. Lots of wildflowers. Some pretty mushrooms there. And I can't really see. There we go. I'm getting them. Got bluebells over there. Beautiful. Oops, and I'm tripping. I be tripping, yo. East Pecos Baldy up there. Looks like first new species in a while. Looks like some bristlecone pine. Nice. Meadows filled with flowers, just the way I like them. Another beautiful meadow filled with bluebells. And this, my friends, is the moraine that's damming up the basin where Pecos Baldy Lake is. So we're almost there. Alright, here we are, arriving at the lake. Here's the Skyline Trail. This is where we want to take when we get out of here. And I can't see it in the viewfinder because it's backlit here. There we go. Closed to camping and campfires. You bighorn sheep from a distance. Sounds like a good plan. Alright. We're gonna go take a look at the lake really quick and then find a camp spot. This will be home for the night. Okay, here we are at Pecos Baldy Lake, enjoying the wildflowers and enjoying the beauty of the lake and enjoying the wildlife, because there are numerous Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep across the lake from us right now. Just having a good time.
They're all running.
They're getting spooky. We'll just watch them from here.
I saw some of their horns.
Yeah, oh, there's one good one right on the edge of my screen right here. Ah. Oh yeah. This one right there, it's got some decent little antlers. They don't curl all the way. Where are the big rams? This might just be a female herd. Oh, there's some budding or playing. That's what they're doing. Where'd they go? I'm zoomed in too close. Yeah, it is. About as cool as it gets. Almost tripped. They're all kind of clustered. I'm going to zoom in a little more again. There we go. More up on top of the ridge. Look it up there. There's some skyline right on top of the ridge up there. I just spotted some more. Just skyline up on top of the ridge up there. Let me see if I can show you. Ah. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they?
That is awesome.
Yes, it is. Where'd you guys go?
There's one that's like, get off my grass. Kind of jumped out.
Yeah. Oh, they're all running. What's going on here? Something's spooking them. There might be a person or something over there. Every once in a while they get a little spooked. Somebody not watching from a distance, as the sign says, probably. Gotta remember, I am zoomed way in with my video camera that's like a 52 power zoom or something. So I'm not disturbing them. I could sit here and watch these guys all day.
Yeah. If only I had like a higher chair I can watch them from. Because.
Well, let's move back a little bit.
Okay.
Are you hungry, dear? Are you hungry? Is that why you're coming into our camp? Nathan, and the deer is right there staring at him. Give you a better perspective. Right there, deer, Nathan. I think he'd want some handouts. Probably been fed by people. You're not fooling anybody behind that tree there. He just spooked himself. Silly goose of a deer. Just don't get too close to our food bag. There's our friendly deer. And there's the food bag on the right hand side of the screen. He's acting all nonchalant about it. No, I'm just itching myself. Got a little itch on my butt. Think I'll scratch it. But what he really wants is a big old chunk of granola bar or something. Let's see what happens. Being bugged by mosquitoes. That's what's going on. Don't hide behind the trees. Come out, come out. For some reason he is really interested in our camp. And I think that reason is right there. Pyro? I want to get a shot of Nathan the pyro tending the fire here. Look at that. I think that's high enough, Nate. You're going to burn it all up before we have anything. He's nibbling some potentilla if it's important to you. Nathan's shaking his head at me. With good reason, I may add. Excuse me.
Cut that out.
We're just vulgar woodsmen here. Whoops. I scared him. Okay, another beautiful day at camp. Enjoying the fire under our tarp because it's hailing. In fact, you may have a problem hearing me because it's rather loud hitting the tarp. Here's Nathan's tent, and here we are, our smiling faces. I was just trying to boil some water. I don't know if it's going to be happening now. We'll see. Ah, it's calming down just like that. You can see all the little hailstones on the ground. That's better. Starting to calm down. Maybe we can stoke the fire back up. Get that water boiling after all. Or maybe not. No thunder. I'm surprised. Just another beautiful day in the bush. I had to throw that in there.
Copyright. Copyright.
I think my sweater's still out there.
Ah!
No. sitting on it. That's why I couldn't find it. It's sunrise time. Good morning. It's day 3 and we're starting out on our hike this morning, just leaving camp, which is behind me right there, and we're hitting the trail. We're on, I believe it's trail 251, the Skyline Trail. Making the climb up from Pecos Baldy Lake to Trail Rider's Wall. Isn't that a cool name? It's basically just a long ridge that connects East Pecos Baldy to Truchas peaks. And it lasts about 2.5 miles, something like that. Should be beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, look at all the wildflowers behind me. Oops, if you could see, let me raise it out more. This is just beautiful. Absolutely amazing. All right. Now, I'd better catch up to Nathan. He's way ahead of me. Okay, I just thought this little shot was worthy. This is a very pretty forest here of bristlecone pine. I've never seen anything like this before. This is so cool. Usually these guys are twisted and gnarled. These are actually growing like real trees. And they're fairly tall, 30-40 feet tall. Pretty cool. Oh my lord. Who brought the oxygen? This is high elevation. We're probably approaching close to 12,000 feet now, so oh man, it's taken a little effort to get oxygen. What do you think, Nate? Yeah. Alright, here we are at another trail junction. Right goes to Jack's Creek, trail number 257, and then left is our trail 251, the Skyline Trail, and we are heading up there. Trail Rider's Wall. Up Timberline. Should be fun, huh, Nate? Yeah, nice views. A little cloudy today, unfortunately. That's okay, it'll keep us cooler. Over and out. Okay, this is us climbing to the top of the ridge. You can see it kind of behind us. And already, there's just a spectacular view out here. Look at them. Yeah, you can see the fire, you can see the ridge beyond. That's the Pecos Basin there. Wildflowers in the meadow. And over here behind us is where we came from. That's East Pecos Baldy, 12,500 feet high. And then the ridge above us. And just wildflowers galore. Man, we hit this just right for wildflowers. Amazing.
Look at down here.
Oh, I saw that already, but let's give the viewers a little better shot of this just spectacular meadow here.
There's power.
I'm here to tell you folks, I'm enjoying this hike. I just wanted to give you guys another little shot of Nathan hiking through the wildflowers here. I let him set the pace. He's a good pace setter. And man, this is beautiful. Beautiful. Another view back this way. You can see how high we're getting now. Unbelievable. Okay, here we are. You can see Trail Riders Wall ahead of us. Truchas, South Truchas Peak is second highest peak in New Mexico, 13,102 feet. It's the one on the left-hand side. Middle Truchas is behind that, and then North Truchas. We're going to be camping kind of right behind that ridge that goes down. I don't know if you can see it right there. Right between like Middle and North Truchas. That's where Truchas Lakes are. And I can't wait to get there. It's probably only about 4 miles away now. And man, what a beautiful hike this is. Over and up. Okay. Yeah, there's Trail Riders Wall. Truchas Peaks are behind it. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. Hope it doesn't get too bad. Oops, I gotta watch out for horse poop on the trail. There's even a little pond down there. Pretty cool. Loving this hike again. Boy, this is kind of a dreary day, but you know what, folks? It's not that bad because we're in such a pretty place. It's a little drizzly and overcast, but man, it's so beautiful. Look at this place we're hiking. Amazing. Look at this cairn up there. This might be a trail junction. And over here, these Pecos Baldy. And then there's some other hikers behind us. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow, look at, you can see all the way down into the valley there. That's probably Espanola down there. Amazing. Alright. Let's get hiking and make up some miles so we can get warm at camp. Nathan's helping the trail crew out by adding to the trail markers. There you go. And what trail junction are we at now? I think that's just a little cutoff trail back towards Pecos Baldy. And we're continuing Trail Riders Ridge. Okay. Look at the view from here. Can you reach? Good enough. Spectacular. Man, look at these mountains. Leaving his mark wherever he goes. Ooh, we got a shower there. We've got... Oh wow, look at East Pecos Baldy. It's a lot steeper from this side. Nice. Beautiful. Look at this spot. wasn't drizzly. Looks like there's a storm blowing in over here too. You can't see the valley anymore. So I think once we get behind Truchas peaks there, we'll be sheltered more in the trees and stuff. So we're making good time. I'm having a blast. And if you look behind Nathan there up on that peak, this is August 11th, Friday, August 11th. There's still snow on that peak. On the south side, that'll give you an idea of how high these mountains are. Alright, we're hiking towards the mountains. It's now 10:50 in the AM. I don't know why I called it the AM. It's 10:50 AM. And we're just loving hiking along this ridge. The views just outstanding. Even in the drizzle, it's like heaven. It's just a joy. I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this. Okay, as you can see, we just got caught in a rainstorm. But it's slacking off now, and I turned the camera on because we just scared up a bunch of grouse, and if we scare up any more, I want to catch them on film. And plus, it's just pretty. Look at, we're almost on the ridge leading up to Truchas Peak now. It's awesome. That was a pretty good little downpour that came through. We had to don our emergency ponchos. Then of course, 10 minutes after we did that, it stopped. Alright, sorry to bore you with all these panoramas, folks, but look at this. This is just amazing. This is where we just hiked from. Even a little peak up there. And it goes all the way around back to Truchas Peaks. Trail junction. We've got
Oh, that's a big bone right there.
Oh, big what? Oh yeah. Truchas Lake's that way. That's where we're going, up that trail. Follow Nathan. Bye-bye, Trail Rider's Wall. You left a lasting impression in my psyche. I will never forget this experience. And most likely, since I live so close, I will be back. Bye-bye, Trail Rider's Wall. We came from this direction. Look at all these flowers, by the way. This is just unreal, the wildflower displays that are happening at the moment due to all the rain, I guess. My lord, truly spectacular. Yarrow, penstemon, paintbrush, just everything. Man, bluebells. No, those are penstemons here. Look at all these paintbrushes right here. Just beautiful. And then, well, I think Nathan thought bluebells are penstemon, those purple ones. They're a special kind of penstemon, I forget the name. And there's even some aster thrown in for good measure. Just beautiful. Looks like some daisies or something up there too, unless these are all just yarrow. Man, I love this. Okay, another trail junction. That's the South Azul Trail. Looks pretty wet to me. And we're heading Skyline Trail this way. And look at up there, the mountains. This is just spectacular scenery. Colorado columbine, one of my favorite flowers. Alright, look at these little ferns and this burl. Pretty cool. Okay, we're about 1.5 miles from Truchas Lakes and we're running into a little snag. It's hailing! So we're taking cover under some trees, waiting for this little storm to pass. But yeah, it's been an interesting trip. Look at our view though. Oh man, it's a big piece of granite. Now look at this. We're in a forest. It's on a steep hillside. It's totally changed character now. We're rounding a ridge, ready to make the final approach to the lakes. We're now hiking by a little pond of crystal clear water. Quite pretty. Alright, we're at Truchas Lakes. And the weather is just beautiful. Not. We hiked for, I don't know, the last couple hours in the rain. And now we need to find a campsite, but we're just kind of taking cover under a big spruce tree. So as soon as this subsides, then we'll take a look around the lake and see what we find for camping. Yeah, we're still just waiting, kicking back, waiting for the storm to cease. I hope you can hear some of this thunder. Sometimes the microphone doesn't pick it up very well. I don't think Nathan's enjoying it as much as I am. Are you shivering yet or anything, buddy? Good. Okay, it's easing up a little bit. Real quick, let's go take a look around and see what we can find. Alright, have a seat, Nate. Alright, we're trapped here in about the driest spot we can find. Just cowering under a tree, waiting for the storm to pass, and it keeps getting worse. So, we'll keep you tuned. Maybe I can catch some lightning here. Holy cow, that was close. Have a seat, Nate. Just gonna have to wait it out. Alright, my camera's getting wet and I think you guys know what we're going through, so I'm gonna turn it off. Okay, we finally got our tent pitched and Nathan's inside warming up, but everything of ours is soaked. The sleeping bag, it hailed probably over an hour ago and still hasn't melted. Huge storm. I saw lightning strike across the lake from us. I'll have to go check that out later. But yeah, it's a little cold, and I picked up some wood too. I'm going to try to start a fire. It looks pretty wet. You can see how far it's soaked in places. But, and I gotta try, huh? Anyway, that's what's going on now. It's about, whoops. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hello, folks. Here we are, huddling under a tarp. It's about 7:30 in the evening. And we're sitting by a little fire right here, trying to dry off so that we don't freeze to death tonight. Anyway, that's what's going on here. Just thought I'd keep you updated. This is the campfire that saved my life last night. My sleeping bag and all my clothes were soaked. I was not prepared. Typically, I get to my campsite before the storms hit, but it didn't happen yesterday. One decision to camp a little further up the trail, and it could have cost me my life. But luckily, I had my axe and saw and was able to start a fire. Didn't film it because I was exhausted and it was raining the whole time. But I set up a tarp over this, had a little fire going all night long. Got just about no sleep, but I'm alive. And since my sleeping bag is soaked, we're just going to head straight down the mountain today. Get as far as we can go, to as warm an elevation as we can. Get out of this 12,000 foot elevation mark. But before we go, I want to show you what the surrounding view is like. Right up there is Truchas Peak. We've got some fellow campers that helped me out a little last night. Thank you, Sam, Joe, and Bob, for your help. And we got a little pond between us. And there's Nathan. He lucked out and his sleeping bag didn't get too wet. He got a little wet, but he was able to use it. And he got a good night's sleep. But I slept on this rock right here. That's where I actually spent my night. So, because the surrounding ground was wet, flat rock was the only place I could have slept. So I ran a tarp between that tree and that big tree behind Nathan, and got out of the rain, got a fire, got warm, and got dry. And that's how I saved my life. That's how I survived the night. Anyway, we're off down the mountain now. Across the meadow filled with wildflowers stands the cloud-shrouded Truchas Peak. Oh, he's on a rock. There he is. I got him. It's a pika. Pika, 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 pika. Okay, I'm weird. Oh, he's so cute.
I want to take him home.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
These are some of the views that we get from trail riders. Wow, pretty amazing. Doesn't seem to be too afraid of us.
Oh, good fast one too. He's hungry.
Yeah.
He's got fishing poles, buddy.